everybody, it's Tracy from Tracy's Art and Craft. How are you all? I hope you're all really well. So I'm here with my design team project for April with Happiness and Crafting. So, oh excuse me, so sorry, I just downed a load of drink before coming on to talk to you guys to try to stop my coughing. I've just been non-stop coughing today. So I'm going to show you through the kit that I'm using. It's an absolutely beautiful kit and I'm using it to make myself something this time. Because I thought, why not? I'm going to go on to some travels with my children these next coming months, and I need somewhere to be putting all my memories. This is what I tend to use my journals for the most, because I want them to be heirlooms to pass down to my children when I know it's very morbid, but we're all going to pass one day, and when I pass I'd like to leave something that's a little bit more memorable than money, So to me, I think it's more important to leave something that people can keep and remember certain memories. So that being said, let's have a look at the kit that I'm using. So first of all, I'm going to be using this Friday freebie. So I'm just going to show you the little bits that I've picked out from G's other kits. So this is a Friday freebie from Happiness and Crafting. You can get these various ways. The first way is to be a member of her Facebook group. That will be down in the description box. If you become a member of that, you get these for free. Now, I think she said something about she had to take down the whole massive list of them. So you have to sort of download them and keep them each week. She doesn't have the list anymore. And because somebody was taking them and passing them around or something, I'm not sure. But she had to stop that because people were passing them around who weren't part of her Facebook group or something. Which is a terrible thing to do. Don't do that. This is free. This is a gift to you guys. Don't take advantage, okay? I'm sure you guys wouldn't anyway. But yeah, somebody was, and so she had to do it. So week 39 you may not have. Now, if you don't have week 39 and you're not able to get it on the Facebook group and you really want this one, she also sells these very cheap, just little pennies, on her Etsy. Now you get 4 weeks worth, which will be 4 different printouts in one go, and there's something like 90p. I'm so sorry, that's my cat moving around if you can hear that. She's decided she's just gonna change beds. She's gone from her actual bed to the sofa bed. Meow, I know, you're okay, you can be there. So yeah, so she's got on her Etsy a pack of 4 weeks worth of freebies, and they're literally just a few pence. So this one is week 39. So if you want that, you would have to go onto Etsy now, but seriously, it's really cheap. Do not worry about it. And then you've got it forever. If you keep that, download it, keep it. I mean, also, if you buy it off Etsy, you can re-download on Etsy, so you can go back to your past purchases. And it'll give you the option to re-download if you happen to lose your downloads, which I really like. And that's why I get a lot of my printables from Etsy, because I never lose them. Because sometimes I just recently went on to one of my dongles and it had corrupted. And I'd lost all my DigiKits that I had downloaded. But luckily, because they were on Etsy, I was able to go and re-download those ones that I'd lost. Anyway, enough waffling. Oh my God, I'm really talkative today. I'm so sorry. This is part of G's kit, which is called, I want to say, Botanical journaling cards or floral journaling cards. It's one of the two. They're about a bunch of journaling cards, and the pack is really large. You get so many different journaling cards, but I've got this for the words, and I may just use the words in this today. So I just wanted to show you, just in case I want to use the words. I also have here a jar of G's butterflies. There are 2 different types here. We've got this type. We've got those. Hang on, what have we got here? So we've got her butterflies, which are butterflies of the world or something like that. And then we have colourful butterflies, which are colourful mini butterflies, which are these little ones here. These ones are my favourite. But yeah, I've got a bunch of G's butterflies there as well in a jar. On to the kit. Now the kit is called the Classic Easter Collection. And at the moment, G has 30% off in her store on her Easter ones. So we're going to start through the ephemera. We've got these beautiful pockets here today. I absolutely love these pockets. They're so adorable. And I love pockets with this sort of extra bit on the side. It just makes everything so much easier for when I come to fold in the edges. So I'm just going to pop these, where am I going to pop these? I'm running out of room. Pop it to the side here. Right. And we've got these beautiful journaling cards. We all know how much I love journaling cards. I use these two ways. I use them as journaling cards, but sometimes I also turn them into little notebooks and things like that. I can also use them as pockets. We just put a thumb hole in it and boom, we have ourselves another lovely pocket. It also comes with these beautiful cutout eggs in 2 different sizes and the bunnies in 2 different sizes. So it's like a bunny shape, but inside you've got different images. So I really, really love them. They're so adorable. I've had so much fun with those. We have some die cuts as well in the bottom here, and then we have the tags as well to go with. You could use those die cuts anywhere throughout your your project. So anyway, oh wow. So anyway, here are the beautiful papers. You get quite a few papers. This, I cannot remember the exact amount. I'm so sorry, G. I'm terrible. I'm a nightmare. But, you know, I am showing you them all, so count along with me. I love anything to do with bunnies and chicks and things. I love spring because of that. But rabbits are one of my favourite animals, rabbits and owls. And I once had a rabbit, an indoor rabbit. Best pet I've ever had. Sorry, Rose. Don't listen. That's my cat, Rose. Rosebud. And yeah, best pet I ever had. I haven't been able to get another one since that one passed. And it's been years. Because it's very difficult when you have like what you feel is a perfect pet, to get another one. You feel like you'll always compare, you know. So here's some of these. We do have some backing papers as well to these pages. I'll show you that in a minute because I have backed all of these. I just love this one because it's all so faded and beautiful. You get these 2 frames. I love these. What I like to do with these is I like to cut the frame out, then fold it in half and turn these into books. So instead of them, not an actual journal, but you know, one of those journaling cards that fold open. So yeah, that's what I like to use those for. And we might make some of them. We'll see. See what time we get. Then you got this beautiful gentleman bunny. Me and my children love this, and my daughter especially. She calls this grown-up Peter Rabbit, or distinguished Peter Rabbit, because it does, with the blue coat and everything, it looks like grown-up Peter Rabbit's gone to meet his love. Oh, and the backs of these papers. So we have 2 backings, which are lovely plain. Oh no, that's the same. Let's see if I can get one that isn't the same. Here we go. Lovely plain pieces that are ideal for writing on. So this, it might look dark to you, but actually it's not that dark, and you could definitely easily write over that. So I've backed them. So that's the kit. Let's get on with showing you what I've created for myself, and you'll get an idea of how I use my kits and what I make for myself, which is always a good idea because it gives people ideas of what they could use things for. So first of all, I have this type of, it's like a folio. It's actually like a journaling cover, but it is like a folio. This is how I make my travel journals. And here, I don't know if you can see, I'll try to bring it up close, but I made a little rabbit dangle, and then this was just a bead. But yeah, I thought that rabbit was so cute, and I cut it out and glued it into one of these capuchins. I'm going to call it a capuchin, and I'm sorry if it's wrong. That's just what it's getting called today, a capuchin. So, I know, I'm a nightmare. What can we say? Anyone would think I was completely uneducated. So, what I did was I took a envelope, a large envelope. I then covered one side with music sheet paper, covered the other with this beautiful fabric. This was actually from, I have it beside me, so I've got my kids crafting stuff beside me at the moment because they're making Easter things, and yeah, at the moment we are covered in everything that's Easter. Oh, don't lose the tags, don't lose the scissors. There we go. So here we go. I found these at a charity shop. These are upholstery cushions, and they were £2 for 2 cushion covers, but that's a lot of fabric. I actually only used one side of one of these cushion covers. So I've still got loads of fabric left, and it is such a beautiful fabric. It's got such a beautiful texture to it. So yeah, that's what I used for that side. And then I stitched around to make sure it was fully secure. I do still have some threads here and there that I've got to get rid of. And then inside we have the journal. Now I added to my cover, I'll just show you, I stitched on these ribbons here, and that's so that I could tie the journal in. And then what I plan to do is put some pockets here, some pockets here, and some pockets here, so that I have room to put stuff. I did leave one side open here, so that I had a large pocket as well for anything I may want to keep, tickets, receipts, anything like that that I wanted to just quickly dump in here before I come to put them into my journal. Because sometimes while I'm on holiday, I don't know about you, but I just don't have time to do anything in the journal. So a lot of my stuff actually ends up getting put into the pockets of the cover, and then when I go home I get finally the time to have some downtime to write in the journal. So let's pop that out of the way. I'm so sorry, the coughing is going to be a problem today. So, oh, I've got bits everywhere now. Here is the journal cover. I absolutely love it. I love my journal covers to just be like, woof, loads of stuff, just, woof, just everything thrown on. I love this. So what I did was, I did a 3 pamphlet stitch. I've done 1 signature. That's going to be big enough for me to take my kids on a couple of holidays maybe. But then if I run out, I just go and make another one. I have left an extra little eyelet at the top here. And that's because sometimes I'll buy a keyring or something on holiday, and I like to put it onto my journal. And if I come off screen, I have a bit. I like to put it on my journal and sort of keep it there to remind me that's the holiday that we were on for this specific journal. So I always put a little eyelet at the top of mine. Sometimes I'll put it sort of at a corner as well. I'm so sorry. So first of all, we have this page. We're just going to go through the pages, and then I've got some bits that I have gone through the sewing machine with, and we're going to decorate the book and throw in all the bits and put the journal together really. So all I did was also off screen, I just went through and added fabric edges to some of the pages, because I do love my ruffles. You guys must know by now by looking at my other journals, I do tend to put a lot of lace and ruffles, but I put all these through the sewing machine this time and didn't glue them. So we've got some lovely stitching on the reverse side too. I don't usually go to the sewing machine and do sewing, but I thought this would be best. Now when you're making a thin journal like this, sometimes the pages do end up a bit funny, where they don't quite line up. You can take your time and make them line up perfectly if you want to. For me, it doesn't bother me because I do like it to look a little bit scrappy. But for some people, that's a problem because they like theirs to look sort of perfect. So what you would want to do is each page, fold it where you want it and cut where you want to make sure it's the right size, if that makes sense. So you sort of measure each page exactly how you want it. But for me, it's not a problem. I stick things in and they mostly end up getting covered up. Now here, when I did this one, this is made out of an old scarf that I found in a charity shop that I thought was some lovely sort of lacy material. And of course, if you get something as big as a scarf, that lace just lasts you ages. It goes a lot further than some of the little packs of lace that you can buy. What I did was I left the little tassels on. I thought the tassels were so cute that I decided to leave them on because they're just adorable. So, you know, you can do that. You can leave little bits and pieces here and there. And the great thing about this project was that it was made for me. And that's not me being selfish or anything. It's the pressure of it having to be just right or, you know, will somebody like it, was gone. Because it doesn't matter if somebody else likes it. It's for me. I have to like it, you know. So that was good. Here I added one of the tassels from the end of this. I just added it as like a tab piece, so it comes out sideways instead. And I'm glad I did that. I really liked it. What I might do is add some buttons and things onto some of these little tassels. I think that would be nice. So as you can see, some of the papers, the animals got cut off, things like that, but I really like this corner here. So yeah, it just turned out, you know, a bit of a lucky dip. It turned out nice, luckily, because I wasn't really aiming for anything. I just folded them all in half and cut. I love how this one turned out. What a lovely page. I'd probably leave this and then pop like a photo of a certain day, but leave this sort of as it is. There we go. We've definitely got to cover this up. I've got a lamb's butt. We can't have a lamb's butt. I could always put an arrow and put Sunday dinner, lamb flank. No, we need to cover that bit up. But I've got some lovely pieces to cover that, so that'll be fine. Oh, this one turned out lovely as well. That head just turned out just in the right place, which is lovely. Doesn't get chopped in half. And there we go. Now we do have some discoloration on this paper, and that's because I sprayed on it, and I don't think you can see, but I sprayed a massive amount of like this mica spray, and it was very, very wet, and so it ended up distorting the image. Now the image won't distort if you use a laser printer, but I don't. I use a Smart Tank Plus, HP Smart Tank Plus inkjet. And the reason I use that is because you can get bottles of ink, and seriously, it'll save you so much money. If you have a normal inkjet, those little cartridges, literally, I wonder if I have one of the bottles of ink. I do. So this is the bottle of ink you get. Okay, you get pink, blue, yellow, and a larger black. And the tanks will fill one whole of these bottles, except when I get halfway, I top it up. So I'll say I'm halfway now on the yellow, so I would top up the yellow soon. But you just put it in like this and then just let it drip in. You sort of put it on, it drips through. When the bottle's full, you take it off, and that's it. It's not messy at all. But when you get those ink cartridges, it's got about that much ink in. It's got hardly any. And when you run out of yellow, for instance, the whole cartridge will say you're out of ink. It doesn't matter how much is in any of the others. So a lot of the time, you're kind of being robbed of ink, if you like. Smart Tank Plus, however, the HP Smart Tank Plus, you get to add these in, and it lasts for ages. So you get, with the tank, you get one bottle of each colour and 2 of the black, and any normal person, it's meant to last 3 years. I don't print like a normal person. I'm printing all the time, every day. I'm going through ink like you wouldn't believe. But honestly, this is just my 2nd bottle, and I've had this tank for 6 months now. And I mean, when I say I print like mad, I print like mad. So this is being used like an industrial machine, and it's still going fine. So if you're looking for a printer, I highly recommend that. Anyway, stop waffling. We're meant to be doing a design team project, not giving tips about what equipment to use. Oh my days, I do apologise. I can't apologise enough, seriously. I just can't stop going on. Let me just restart you so I don't get you cut off, and then we'll start filling up this journal. There we go, I've restarted the video there so you don't get cut off. So, the first thing I want to do, I'll show you what I've made. I've got these 2 little pieces that I've thrown through the sewing machine, and I just want to glue those on like so, onto the edges inside, because I just wanted a lacy edge to my cover. But I've got to glue them on because I'd already done my top of my cover and I can't sew through this. So yes, I want to just add those on in a second. I have myself a whole bunch of clusters, and all I did was I cut out those little egg shapes, as well as some of the bunny shapes you'll see in a minute. And I took all my scraps of lace, slapped them behind and threw it through the sewing machine. This one I did a little pattern, you can't quite see with the stitch, you can see when you're up close in person, and I just went round crazy with the stitching. But most of these just have one line of very quick stitching done to hold on the lace. This is a bunny one I did. I just stitched through here and that just holds on the lace. I've done 2 little stitches here for the ducks. So those are my little clusters that I'm going to pop on some pages. And then I did a bunch of journaling cards. Now the thing I like about tags and journaling cards is that I can hide my handwriting. My handwriting is atrocious, it is horrible, I don't like it. So I don't like it to be on show when I write in my journals. So this is why I like a lot of hidden journaling spaces, or cards and journaling cards, because they don't really show. This is one where I used those tassels again on the top and just like stitched it on. I thought that was really cute. So let's start adding some of these in and start getting our journal filled up, ready to use. So I'm just using some 3-in-1, Beacon 3-in-1. This is really good for fabric to paper. It works on a whole multitude of things. And I'm just going to get some of that put down. I may find myself some threads that I need to cut off as well as I go along. That's just one of the things I'm finding a loose thread just there as well. If you use your finger to smear it on, it stops some of the bleed through, so you don't get that horrible gluey look. There we go. So here I'm just checking that I've got it as straight as I want it. There we go. And then onto the back. Now this one is, no, that's not a pocket, that was the other, that was my cover, that's fine. Sorry, having a moment. There we go. Oh. There we are. So there we go, that looks a little bit better now. That kind of contains all those ruffles and things. So now what I do is, when I come to using journaling cards, pockets and whatnot, I pick random pages to work from. So now I'm just trying to find my pockets. Just 1 second. Hey, you're back. Sorry about that. My son just come home. He's really not feeling very well, bless him. That's not my younger son, it's my grown son. So he's just come home a little bit early from college. So yeah, what I tend to do is, when I am doing my journaling cards, when I am cutting out, doing my pockets and things like that, I will work on random pages. And that's because sometimes if you work on one page, then the next and the next and the next, you can actually sort of detect where you've had a creative flow and where you haven't. And you can sort of also detect which days you did it, like when you stopped doing it one day and started another day, because sometimes things can come out a little bit different depending on your creative flow on that day. So I do tend to randomly pick pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 4 little tuck spots, because I keep calling these pockets and they're not, they're tuck spots. Difference between a pocket and a tuck spot is that a pocket will be stuck down on 3 sides and a tuck spot only 2 or 1. And then you can just tuck something in so you can fit in bigger items. I'll be using this little piece on something as well, so we'll pop that there. Almost there. I'm sorry, I could have been more prepared, couldn't I? Now, if this goes on too long, I might do a second design team project video so that we can fully finish this together. Because I really need this, because I'm going to be taking the kids away, we're going to go out on day trips, things like that, and I like to document them, so. There we go. So let's get some of these stuck in, shall we? Let's have a look, let's choose random pages. Now this one I do want to cover up this chick here that's kind of been cut off. I think I'm going to go for this one. So let me just move the journal out of the way. All you need to do is fold in along the lines, real simple. Just squash it down using a bone folder. I don't have mine right now. Now I'm going to want to, sorry, just trying to make this point a little better. I want to ink a lot of mine because I haven't been doing any inking on this just yet. I do want to be inking this journal up. There we go. And I'm just going to ink the pages as well. There we are. You can't probably see the difference on the camera, but in person you really can. So I'm just going to take my tacky glue and I would take my tacky glue, but it has blocked up again. I have literally just added water into this and cleaned it, and here it is blocked again. I've said a few times I seem to have an issue with temperature and my glue. When you have changes in temperature and I'm putting on heat in one day and then it's like summer the next, we get, I don't know, there's a few of us in the UK that have said we've noticed a change in temperature when it comes to our glues. I don't know if it's humidity as well or what, but yeah. The UK does have weird weather anyway. It's neither here nor there, it's very indecisive. So there we go, that's one pocket. So I'm just going to choose what I want in that pocket. I think I'm going to have this tag here in that one. So let's go ahead and choose another random page somewhere. I think I'll use, I don't really want, I want this on that side of the page. Yeah, we'll do it on that one, that's fine. There we go, just use my scissors to give it a squash. And just give it an ink around. Like so, ink around the pages as well. See, as I work on the page, I'll ink the page. I'm also inking the stitching because it's really catching on the little holes in the paper and things. It looks really nice. There we go, and just grab the glue again. Now this one, I think I'm going to add a little word to this one. So let me just grab my words. Here we go. I'm going to use grateful. It'll be a nice page to sort of write all the things that I'm grateful for in. So yeah, while I'm making my own ones, I tend to think about what I want to use it for, rather than thinking about giving other people prompts. There we go. And I'm just going to take a little bit of cheesecloth here. Just rough it up a bit. Take some of my 3-in-1. And yeah, just scrunch it a little bit, and then, so I have to keep putting the lid on the 3-in-1. It's just flowing like crazy, and I know people use those Mary Bell piping icing bottles, but I can't be bothered to change bottles. Every time I buy new glue, I just rather use the bottle that it's in. There we go, that's really, really cute. Now I think I'm going to put a couple of journaling cards in this one. I think I'm going to put the two with the cream edge. And that's because then I'm going to write a few things, and I've got 2 cards in there to use, and the little ruffle edges all pop out on the sides, which is so cute. What do we have here then? Yeah, I think I'm going to pop this one right here as well. This also gives you an idea how I normally fill journals when I've made a bunch of ephemera and I'm taking from the stock that I've already made. I will just take all the pockets that I have made, or all the tucks, and I'll put them through. I'll have all the cards and tags that I've made next to me, and from there I'll decide which cards and tags I want in each pocket, and just sort of fill up that way. So when I'm doing my mass ephemera making, or mass making, my ephemera building I call it, when I am doing that, that's what it's for. I'll just go through with all my stuff I have ready made, and I will just begin to fill the journal, adding on any little accents I want to, whether it be butterflies or words, little bits of lace and fabric throughout, things like that. So this gives you a sense how I do it, as well as what I use my journals for and how I use them. But yeah, I absolutely have loved and enjoyed this kit, I really have. Just going to have a look at a few of G's butterflies here. I love that one. Let me just ink over that one. go. Get my squisher. Where is the foam? Do you know, I'm such a disaster. I see things in front of me and I just don't. Oh, wrong way. Remember, turn your butterfly upside down. Give it a good squasheroo. So the bigger butterflies I use the bigger side, the smaller butterflies I use smaller side, but sometimes I like to go in with the smaller side and just give it a real defined shape. But if you're using one of these, just play around with it and you'll get the idea of how you like it. There we go. Just give it a real round and big squash. Oh, postman's bin. There we go. Pop some tacky glue just through the middle and just give it a little press down. I always use my awl for this. This is what I use it for the most, to be honest with you. Unblocking glue or squashing down butterflies. Oh, come on, stay on, butterfly. If your butterfly won't stay on, you may need to use a little bit of stronger glue. I have watered this glue down because it was being a nightmare. So it will take a little while to dry, but there we go. I really like that one. So I'm just going to pop in a little plain card there for that one. They will flatten down in the book, but they did pop back up just by giving them a squeeze as well. So that's why I like doing that flattening. Let's go right to the back here, I think. And we can pop on our last one. Our distinguished Peter Rabbit. I know it's not Peter Rabbit, but it does. It looks like grown up Peter Rabbit. My daughter loves it. She's about to use it to make some gifts for her friends. She's only got 2 days left of school before they have their Easter break. And so here in the UK, we have 2 weeks off around Easter time. Well, the schools do. And my kids are off on their Easter break on Thursday. Thursday's their last day. Well, last day for my younger ones. My middle boy, he's at high school and it's his last day on Friday. He has an extra day he has to go in. He's not going to be pleased with that when he finds out tonight. Because I haven't told him yet, but yeah. But mind you, my younger ones go back a day early, so he still gets exactly the same amount of days. It's just when the teachers are doing their teacher training. So yeah, my kids are really looking forward to their Easter break this year. We're going to be going on some lovely walks this year, and my children love going places, going on walks and exploring. So it's cheap days out, to be honest with you, but my kids just love it. They absolutely love it. Yeah, I think I'm going to put in these two into this one. Do I want that rabbit in as well? I don't think I do actually. Let's swap that for a different tag. There we go. So next I'm going to go through and pop in my clusters. Now some of these clusters I do want words on them. Yeah, I think I'll pop that on there. So all these clusters are fabric. They need the 3-in-1. Now this one, I definitely want one of the words. Let's have a look. Pop on love. Oh, sorry, just knocked you. I love to take the corners off the words sometimes as well. I'm sorry if you can hear knocking, that's my dog. He's trying to get me to let him in. But he hasn't been out all day, he's being a lazy boy. He had to go out just for a little while. It's not like he's out there for long, and he's not a barker either. He doesn't bark or anything, upset the neighbours. He'll give like 1 or 2 barks when he wants to come in, but usually he knocks on the door like a human. Okay, let's have a look. Where do we want the next little cluster? I think we're going to put it on this plain page. I absolutely love this one, but I do need to glue some bits down because it's a little bit all over the place. So I'll just do that. Now, I don't always put my clusters in a corner. I like to have them sometimes right on an edge. I think that gives a lovely, lovely look. There we go. We'll leave that one. I'm not doing much glitter through this one. I'm just really not in the mood for that. Sorry, trying to decide on a page. Seeing if there's anything I want covering up. I did want to cover up that bottom, didn't I? How am I going to do that? Am I going to use one of these clusters, or... I don't know, they kind of get lost there. I may put a pocket on there or something. We will see. Yeah, I love that one there. Let's put that one there. So I think once we've done these clusters, I think I will come back and do another video with you guys next week, and we'll continue to finish this because I really do have to go soon. My children will be home soon, and I've got to go get some shopping, and I've got to help my daughter sort out her room. She's having her room tidied up and sort out some of her old toys and her old clothes and things, because yeah, it's just gotten a little bit crazy in her room at the moment. She's just got too much stuff, and so of course she's pulling out what she wants, but as she's pulling it out, she's pulling out all the stuff that she never uses, and that stuff is just sort of gathering, if you like, and it's always on the floor. And then when I tell her you really need to put these things away, she's like, oh, but I never use it. And I'm like, right, well, we need to sort out your room, like. But if I leave her to do it, she has possible ADHD, so if I leave her to do it, she will be forever doing her room. Like, it will just never get done. So I can't leave her to do it, because otherwise, yeah, she'll just spend all her time getting distracted. Bless her. And then we have 2 tiny little ones. Let's have a look, see where we want those. Well, you know what, now I can't decide. Do you know what, I'll leave those because we might want them on a pocket or something, so I think I'll leave those. So that's where I'm at so far. I hope you've had loads of fun. So G's website, her Facebook, and this kit, this Easter collection kit, is down in the description box. I do believe she has 30% off of all her Easter kits at the moment. So really do go check out her store because it's already really cheap. So once you know, get 30% off as well, that's just an absolute bargain. So go check that out. And yeah, I will see you next week. I'll pop on next week on Tuesday again. And we'll get this completely finished then. And we'll also finish up the cover and get those little pockets put in. Oops. Yeah. I told you my desk is a mess at the moment. So yeah, we'll do the cover as well and get all those little pockets put in and things. So yeah, I hope you had fun and I will see you tomorrow. Have fun. Take care. Bye.